a sick baby.
Okay, me too. I got the COVID.
Oh no. Okay, so that's what we're gonna talk about tonight. And my
Ah,
Ah,
theory.
funny.
Now
Funny
you.
joke. Funny
Okay.
joke.
Okay. I need you, Brady, to take it down. Your volume is very, very
yeah, it's a little loud.
loud. He's a loud
Yeah,
talker.
Sorry. Is
All
my
this
right.
better?
Yeah, it's a lot better. Thank you.
well, it just keeps going around Walmart, man. I'm telling you.
Well,
But
here's my theory. So what
uh
you'll
huh.
um is actually a lot of us thinking this.
We can
So
wait if you want for people to get in here, but
well, Michelle's down with it too. So
okay. Are we
toxins.
purging what?
Yeah. Yes.
That's
So
what I thought.
here is because of course it's this time of year. This time of year we always um detoxify our bodies anyway. And so,
Uh-huh.
of course, they're going to put the spin on it to scare everybody. Oh my God, we're going to die. We're gonna, oh
Oh, I
crap,
never got
crap,
that,
crap,
but
crap. But yeah, we're detoxing, and they're of course inundating us with all these toxins that are in the air, in the
uh-huh.
water, in the food, and so our bodies are like, okay, we gotta get rid of this because this is some severe stuff. And I know I don't have the Jabberdo, but
Me either.
we were around people that did, and that like over toxified our system. And so
Oh,
we,
could be.
because Brady, I know, was down with it first, then me, and then Ben. And it's all of our bodies dealing with these overrunning of all these huge toxins that are out there. And they're producing toxins. It's just a constant barrage of toxins. And so, of course, us being who we are, we're like, oh no, why, why are we falling sick? Oh, there, we must be spiritual, blah, blah, blah. But no, we bring this experience to ourselves to say, hey, our bodies are overtaxed, and now it's time to rid of these toxins. So that's all what a virus really is. It's an exosome. It actually takes the crap that's inside of our cells and pushes it out into our bloodstream and such. And so then we get the inflammation, we get the sniffles, we get the mucus, everything that comes with that territory. And so that's basically what, in my idea of what is going on. And of course, just
Well,
today,
they made me get tested and popped
oh,
positive. So
okay, yeah, that's bullshit too. So
some of these numbers are right.
what I would suggest you do is
Uh-huh.
detox, because
Oh, I have
basically
been this
when
last
they
week.
give you the test, it's like giving you a portion of the vax, or
I thought so too. I
yes,
felt horrible after they put that up my nose.
yeah,
My sinuses with
yeah,
the rest of the day hurt, and it didn't hurt
yeah,
before they did that test
yep,
to me.
yep, 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 yep. So if you could do glutathione, that's huge. Of course, just being around everybody, and then of course the 5G, they're ramping up. So any kind of
Oh.
detox you can do from radiation, because this is radiation poisoning. It's poisoning.
I
That's what the toxins are.
I ordered online a big slate of the chung night, and then I also got another salt lamp because like when I'm in my apartment, my ear hums the whole time.
Yeah. So
When I
I would.
leave out of my apartment away from the 5G that's
Uh-huh.
surrounding me, it's my ear stops humming. So
Okay.
I can hear it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can hear it too. It is. It's like this hum, and
I can't do that.
it makes your whole body inflamed, and so it's just constantly causing this toxicity because we're being radiated, we're being poisoned constantly. And so, and then people who got the Jabberoo, they're walking around and they don't know, and they're walking
Mhm.
5G towers.
Oh,
because
I
any
believe that too.
because anytime I get around anybody, you can feel it, you can feel the
Mhm.
difference. And so not only outside but inside the body, the glutathione, um let's see.
I
It,
just
it,
got some green tea, lemon, and honey that I made. I'm going
okay.
to, because I was at work today, I went back. And
Do you
so
have
I
any
came
fennel
home and I'm
seed?
making this and drinking it. No, I don't.
Okay, if you get fennel seed or star anise or that pine needle tea, you can even make it out of pine needles that are outside. I have to go and forest some pine needles myself, and that will help with also the spike proteins as well as uh, the radiation. Borax is also good.
Uh
Um,
huh.
let me get on
I was
my
doing eucalyptus because I have my eucalyptus tea here,
uh-huh.
and I was
Yeah,
drinking that just because I wasn't allowed to go out. So of
right.
course they want you to stay in the house and suffer. And yeah.
Yeah, all
Anyhow,
that bullshit. Yeah. Which is
I
all
was
just
standing in the
it's
window getting
just
sunlight and stuff.
oh good. I was just gonna suggest sitting in the sun as well.
Uh-huh.
Let me get in here. There's are you on Telegram?
No.
Okay, because I could probably send you through Telegram to your Facebook. I can send it to your messenger, and it's
Yeah, the
just
messenger.
different different ways of how to help yourself and detox from that, especially that test is oh do you bentonite clay or zeolite or activated charcoal.
Oh, yeah. Well, activate charcoal takes everything out of your
Yeah, fulvic
system.
acid also is very good to detox from the heavy metals and the toxic
Now, let
sugar.
me tell you, the last 4 days, when I started to start feeling better, I could
uh,
smell it coming out of my pores.
yeah, do you
I
have
could smell it
any
in my hands and stuff. It was horrible.
do you have any NAC?
No, I don't have a whole
Okay.
lot of stuff.
Okay, there's melatonin is very good because
Yeah.
actually that gets a lot of free radicals as well, and milk thistle because of course we're being inundated with stuff and our livers are overtaxed. So milk thistle really helps with that as well. So there's so many different things
Yeah.
that I tapped into these five docs, and they're like
You were
Doctor,
telling me that last time.
yeah, and so
Hmm.
they have been a big huge wealth of information because they're also like, what the frick is going on? And so they're doing their research and they come back every week and they talk about it. Like especially with the stuff that they shoved up your nose, like anything with the graphene oxide detox, and that's just the heavy metals, and you'll be able to, yeah, you feel it. And so um, that's the thing of the ball game now is basically detox all the time because we're constantly
Yeah.
being inundated. Because I
Well,
I
my
know.
water too. I've seen you got spring water, which I
Yes.
can do that also. But I have, those Brita filter ones where you have the charcoal
Oh,
filter.
well, that's good. Hey,
I use
anything's
that all
better
the
than tap.
time.
Anything
Yeah,
is
I do that
better than
all the
tap.
time. Tap's
Um,
disgusting. Ugh.
oh, I know you could smell it and you could taste it
Uh-huh.
though. Like if
So
you take.
I drink mine through that Brita filter all the time.
That's good. That's good. As long as, because I know I saved up for one of those Berkey, and it's been a life changing thing. And then I go to my spring and I get the spring water as well. And
Mhm.
I put uh, what else did I put? Oh, iodine, and I put
Oh,
in
a little bit of iodine in it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because that will help also with it with a lot of
keeping your
the
jug clean.
detoxifications. And they even
Yeah.
say, like when I went to the spring water, I put a drop in before
Hmm.
I even put it on the jug thing, and it just helps, with any kind of microbes that are in there as well.
Yeah,
But
because when I used to get mine, I had a problem with my jug starting to get musty smelling, and I'm like,
yeah,
no, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Because I don't want that either.
yeah, I had to clean. We had ours out in the car for a while because we were sick, so we couldn't go anywhere, and it had some nasty stuff, so I had to clean them out. And I cleaned them out
Mhm.
with hydrogen peroxide,
Yeah,
like
that's
the
the
food
first thing
grade.
the hydrogen peroxide that you use to you put some on your toothbrush and brush your teeth
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
When I first got it, it's scratchy and I lost my voice instantly. I gargled with it. I know
yes,
people are
good,
like, oh, but it stopped like a lot of it from getting worse in my system. I'm
good.
telling you.
Yeah, that hydrogen peroxide is
Yeah,
it's
hydrogen
amazing.
peroxide.
And look, if you do you have a nebulizer?
Yeah, I haven't used it for a while
Okay.
because I need more up to date meds are out. I should
Well,
say.
this is what we used because we were oh my god we were just coughing like
You
crazy.
put something else in the nebulizer?
Yeah, I put in the little saline packet thing. Then I
Uh-huh.
put in a drop of the iodine and a drop of the hydrogen peroxide, but it has to be food grade.
Oh yeah.
And I
Yeah.
put that in, and we inhaled that, and it really helped clear us up. It would get up all that information, especially Brady. He really had some nasty stuff going on in his lungs, and it brought it right up. And
My lungs never got like the bronchitis part. Like I had it, but it didn't get like the yellow mucus.
oh,
It
that's
never
good.
got to that point, which
That's
is
good.
strange. But I had the cough.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. It's
But I'm
a,
like, it was
it's
weird.
residual, and it just sits there. And like, I will have him do it. I'll do it. And then I even use my diffusers because Ben, it's more difficult for him to uh, use a nebulizer. So I put in my diffuser. I put the same concoction. I put in my hydrogen peroxide, water, and I put in the iodine as well. And then I even put in the pine needle tea oil because that's still being
Oh yeah.
vaporized, and it will go into your lungs and coat your lungs and coat, will go through your whole system. So I gotta
I didn't
find,
think about that. I've
yeah.
got a nebulizer.
Oh, good, good, good. So yeah, use a nebulizer if you can, because that will actually help clear it up and also prevent it. Like that, any time a cough will come in, boom,
And then
instantaneously
what I
get out
did,
that nebulizer.
a really old home remedy, colt's foot. Smoke
No,
some colt's foot.
okay.
Do you know that?
I've heard of it, but I've never done it. No,
I have all the herbs, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, let's try it, and it cleared my lungs right up. I'm telling you.
that's awesome.
But you got to find something to smoke it in. You know what I'm saying? But still,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, anything that that's the thing is that your body will tell you what works for you, and so that's
Uh-huh.
why I tried all these different things and to see what really, really worked the best, and what I found was just the nebulizer was and the diffuser were the biggest things I could possibly do, and then you could do baths, but if you don't have a bath, you can put like
Yeah, I don't have a bath.
the salts. You can mix the salts together, kind of like making a salt scrub. And so you could use the Epsom salts, of course, because that will help with magnesium.
Draw it out too.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and then because with all of this shit they're spraying on, it's all nanotech, and so
Well,
you
you know,
need
my
that.
my diffuser, I haven't used it since I moved in here. I had that thing going nonstop when I was sick. Like I put the uh thieves oil
Yeah,
in there.
very good.
Had it floating through my house.
Yep, yep, yep,
Well, they
yep.
call it Revive and the Walmart brand, but it's thieves
Right,
oil. It's the clothes
it's same
scent. You know what
thing.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, it's the
Yeah,
same
it's the same
stuff.
thing.
Which
And
yeah,
let me tell
that's
you, that was cleaning the air, and it was I was breathing it in. It was wonderful.
yeah, yeah. I suggest you start that up again because they're at their last game here, so they're really pushing it. They're gonna push everything they
Oh my
got,
gosh.
which is the chemtrails, which is you know forcing people to get this. They're well, I guess
Yeah.
they're trying to force people to do stuff, and that's we just have to be on guard, and we have to be like, all right, we know what you're up to. Now we're gonna sit there and swim in it. No, but we're gonna take care of our bodies
Do
and
you see how
rest,
many
rest,
spiritual
rest, rest,
people
rest.
got it this last week? You know what I'm saying? Like
Pardon?
boom, boom, boom.
Say that again.
I said, do you see how many different spiritual people like pretty much
Oh
bit it
yeah.
this last week?
Oh yeah. We've
Like
been.
they're knocking
You
us down. Boom, boom, boom.
it's out because here's so that's Sunday that I was on with you guys. I
Uh-huh.
had those big jugs, like I said, in the back of my car. And I just dropped the kids off with my ex, and I was driving, and I heard this big ba boom, ba boom, and it was the big, huge plastic bottles moving in the back, and they were actually like, like would you squeeze like a regular bottle? Oh, hi,
Oh
good
yeah.
evening from UK. And it moved in and it moved back out a couple times, and then my tire pressure light came on. I'm like, oh. And that's when that night I came home and then I got the fever and I got everything else. So I know for a fact that this is a spiritual war. This is spiritual warfare. But we, being who we are, say, okay, I feel you out there. I know what's going on. Am I going to participate in this? No. Am I going to take care of myself? Yes. And then, just keep doing the things that we're doing because
Yeah.
they're trying to lower our frequency, and we're the
Well,
only ones that can allow that. And even sitting there with the fever, I was like, you know what? I know what you're trying to do. And then I would say, thank you, body. So I changed the narrative. Thank you, body.
uh,
Thank you for detoxing me. Thank you for watching out for me that I stumbled upon some really serious toxins. Thank you, body, for detoxing. And my youngest Ben, he would always go, "Oh, I feel like." I said, "Thank you, body, for detoxing me." And that's what it was. It was
I had to work
flip
so
the
much
narrative.
energy every day just to pass it out and get better each day. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like I just worked it all day long.
yeah, and it's really having us okay. You do the talk, let's do the walk. And so, really, this is what
Oh
it
yeah.
is. It's having us step up. It's having us okay. Own your shit. Own your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Be who you say you are. And how can you flip the narrative? How can you flip it to where uh, you know who you are? You're a powerful being, and yeah, you're detoxing, and it's okay. I mean,
Yeah, but my problem is I don't think I detox just for me. I do it for the neighbor, the landlord below
well,
me, because we're all in the same house.
that's
And
where you gotta say
I,
this is theirs.
I know
And us being
I've been
empaths,
horrible about this.
we are used to going in and rescuing everybody, and this is also
Mm-hmm.
part of the walk. Is now we
Mm-hmm.
are realizing this is what people are doing to themselves. They have to go through their own journey, and so I'm going to give this back to you because I love you,
That's
and
what I
not
kept doing. I
everybody
just
likes
kept
that.
cutting it off. Like it's not mine. I'm not doing it for you.
Yeah. Or, there'll be times where things will come in and I'll feel like the heaviness of people's emotions. And, I will, it's just like an automatic. It goes through like the filter of the sponge here and it goes right back out. And that's, it happens. But
Mm-hmm.
it's actually going in to try to rescue our neighbors or try to rescue our parents or our sisters or brothers or friends. And that's where it gets the
No,
codependency.
I don't do that anymore unless they ask for help. Do I go in purposely help them? It's just that my body's been set up for since I was a child. I think that I'm filtering everybody else's stuff,
Right.
and I
And
just don't know how
that's
to disconnect enough from other people.
it's
Like
just
I'm
being
still working on
mindful.
that disconnect.
It is.
Right.
It's as easy as being mindful about it because I know that I still do that too, up to a certain
Mm-hmm.
like until it's been a couple
Until I
years.
realize it, I'm doing it, and then I go, okay,
Yeah,
no.
and so then you go, oh, okay, thank you for showing me where I was being codependent. Thank you. And so it is. It's just a beautiful healing process of codependency. And then, as I was laying there, just, I was like, just trying to think in my head. All right, here, you got some
I've
time
tried
with
this. What else
yourself.
are we trying? Let's
You
try
got,
this one. Okay.
and so it is. It's just like, oh, just stop. Oh, but stop. Just stop and let your body do this. You don't need to help it. The body has you and trusting in that. And once I let go of that, of the, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What can I bring down? Oh my God. Blah, 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 I, and I felt it shift and my fever went away. Uh, Luckily, I only had it for like a day and a half. I was coughing the other days, and then I'm like, okay, you're clearing out more layers of this grief. More layers of the grief. Here we go. Body, you're in charge. And so I let the body take take control. And I felt it. I really just tapped into myself and was mindful of my body and felt all the mechanisms that are working overtime, and I felt, like it, I would always be hot and cold still, and I wasn't fevering, but I felt like my body doing what it was supposed to do, and being
Mm-hmm.
so grateful for that, and feeling it on such a level that I never felt before. And then through this whole thing, um, I became even more in tune with me and with what's going on and with everything out there, where my body, just feeling, as things coming in and going out, and the energy, holy cow, coming in, um,
Yeah.
just to feel it all, and just so thankful that I can, that we are that attuned, that we can actually feel the ripples of different energy, and how amazing that is. Because before, oh God, here comes the energy. But now it's like, oh my gosh, I can feel it. And you can feel, we've always been feelers, but now it's like even more heightened. Where, yeah, we feel the the all different spectrums, all different frequencies of every little aspect of energy out there, and how amazing that really is. And our friend from the UK says, imagine your life has already happened, and you just sat there observing over. This over it. Yeah, because we are time travelers. We've come back
Mm-hmm.
to watch ourselves go through this again. Um, we're going through it faster than we did last time, so yay. Um, and we're perfectly where we're supposed to be. Perfect. Everything is perfect. And so that's where the whole, gotta scrub my chakras to, all these spiritual teachings, they all went out the door because I'm like, I am just going to be here experiencing life through this body, through the eyes of source, through my own individual tech, thing of source, to it changes things. Our friend says, let the universe take care of everything that is going on and enjoy it. And you just,
I
we
had no
we
choice this week.
create.
I had to.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing
like,
is
like
we
you gotta sit down. So here you go. Enjoy this because you're taking a week off.
yeah, and sometimes that's exactly the lesson that we're supposed to learn, because all the holidays and all the other crap that
Mm-hmm.
was going on, and we're tired. This energy is kick ass, and we're pushing it. And I'm like, but I was laying down and I was resting. And da, da, da. Yeah, but there's times where I felt my mind float to worry. I felt my mind float to this or to that. And it really
Mm-hmm.
started lowering my frequency. And I'm like, okay, okay, what are you showing me now? And I said, okay, just sit back and let it show me. And just just allowing was this biggest thing, was just allow everything to happen, because you're always trying to rush around, make everybody feel good, make you feel good, make you feel better. Oh my gosh, there's dishes in the sink that are a mile high because everybody feels like dog shit, so nobody's going to do anything. There's laundry coming out the ass, and I just said, F it. And I just said, I'm just going to sit here and watch diners, drive-ins, and dives. Or I'm just going to sit here and just feel. Or I'm just going to sit here and give myself permission just to be, and watch the birds outside, to just watching. And my three crows, they're always giving me little messages and signs and stuff like that. And it was just like, just be. And when we
My only problem
try,
was when I went back to work today, I was still out there because I'm like, woo, bumping into people and stuff because I've been home by myself for a week and doing my mind's just doing what it wants to.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
I had to come back to reality, and I'm not all the way in my body yet.
yeah, and that's the funny thing. I was trying to be human too, and like had major dropsies, and I'm just like I can't do any of this, and it just and that's where we got to ground down into ourselves and
Oh
into
yeah,
the earth because when we're sick or when we're not feeling well, boom, you're
it's
all
easy to
over the
go out.
place. Yeah. And
Hmm.
so, especially with this energy coming in, it's very easy to go out. Um, like even driving a car, you're kind of like in that remote mode kind of thing where you're just driving,
Yeah,
just
like stay in, stay
yeah.
focused,
It's
stay
like,
focused.
and that's the
Yes.
thing is like I was out to lunch and I was getting the water today, and my youngest was like, "Mom, Erie's that way." I said, "No, I'm not going to Erie. I'm going to get the water." But I was deep listening to this. I told my friend the other night, I said, I did I'm on a Star Wars kick where it said to listen to the songs, listen to there'll be things in the movie that will pop out at you.
Hmm.
Um, so I did, and it was like, you're the spark, and things like that will just pop out at me, and I'll just start crying because it's like all this resonance. And so we had Star Wars playing the theme songs in the car, and it just like took me to where I was there, but I wasn't there. And same thing with the Matrix. When I saw the Matrix, or when I see any movie now, I really just I don't
You can
I
jump into the
watch it
scene.
different. I watch it
Mhm.
differently. I really
Yeah.
do. And
It was so bad today that my coworkers were like, "What are you doing, Cheryl?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm just not back yet." I mean, I'm not going to go into
yeah,
detail with them.
yeah, yeah. But they don't understand,
I'm
and
not
that's
quite
okay.
feeling right.
Yeah, I'm just not really with it, and it is. It's. But then yet, that's a beautiful place to be because we're not in the thick of it. We're in this world, but not of it. We're
Kind of outside looking in.
observing. Yeah, we're observing. We're giving ourselves just to let things be. We're not really bothered a lot with that kind of way because we're just like, we're just
Yep.
we're just observing this world around us, and it's freeing.
And
It's
me being
freeing.
office week was good too because they did a lot of changes. They like switched people from the deli, put them over the bakery and bakery and deli, and people are just
Oh,
unhappy. And it all happened when I was gone. And I'm like, I had nothing to do with it.
yeah, yeah, and look at
I
all
can come
that
back and just
crazy
watch how
stress.
everyone's going crazy. Look at all them going crazy over there. Ain't that funny?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how they unplugged you at the right time where you didn't need that extra stress, and you just
Yes.
needed to take care of yourself. And so, bloop. So sometimes
And
even
I'm
being
very thankful.
forced to stay home
Mm-hmm.
is a but everything is exactly the way that we made it be. And like even us
Yeah.
getting sick, even us, no, you're gonna bloop, and you're trying to do too much, and bloop, you're gonna be down and out for a while. To where
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a voice, or you are gonna be crazy and hacking and and but it all happens for a reason, and just and being able to feel our feelings and being able to um, but not too absorbed into them. Just say, okay, these are my feelings. This is what's going on. This is what I'm experiencing right now. Thank you for showing me how to love myself. Because we forget sometimes, especially when we're in go mode.
Yeah,
And
you get wrapped up in the circumstance and stuff. You forget to step back and just kind of watch the flow.
yeah, 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 and
So
that's
it was really kind of funny today. I'm just like everything's a little different and everyone's going crazy and I'm not bothered
yeah,
at all.
yeah. You see, yeah, like we went to Wegmans up here, and it's kind of like the awesomeness of grocery stores. I don't. It's whenever you decide to come up for a visit, I'll take you away because this place is amazing. I mean, it's organic, but it has regular stuff too. It's just a different vibe to a lot of other places. It's not
Sure,
the
Walmart.
crazy. Yeah, it's not Walmart. It's crazy. It's not. It's different. It's a little. It's laid back. But then I sit back, and one person is in one world, and I'm in another world. Yet we're coexisting in this world together, and it's showing me where I am in all this whole play, and where you know smiling at people, or just saying hi to people when they're not expecting it to. Um, Brady does that a lot. He'll go, "Hello, how you doing today?" Because he's like super Mr. Customer Service, and so he just goes out there and says hello to everybody, and it's really cool where you just let go of all of that and you just be you, and you just be your true you, and not have to worry about this person. Oh my God, this person has this on, or this person is subscribed to this, or we're all just us, all experiencing life as just us, and how crazily awesome it is, and we all giving ourselves permission to do so. No, some of us aren't giving permission for others to do so, but that's what
I
we.
shock people when I'm working at the deli, and I'll just discuss whatever with them, and I'll be like, well, and it doesn't. I don't know. It just depends on the person. I'll say something random, and they like are taking it back at first because like I'm friendly and I'm talking about something besides what meat you want. You know what I mean?
Right, 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 and that's what they're. It's kind of like, yeah, we're shocked. We're kind of like shocking you back into life, and into what really matters is connection.
Mm-hmm.
That's, a friend from UK says we've got to learn how to lose the ego. Well, I find that with my ego, I had to love it, to integrate it into my soul, because my ego was the wounded part, the one that went through all the trauma, and it
Me
was
too.
there, and it was there. Yeah, you went through a lot of same stuff I did. Went through,
Mm-hmm.
um, and to say, okay, I know that you went through all that, and thank you for protecting me the way that you knew how. Our codependent ways, or how we learned how to take care of ourselves, was toxic. Of course, it was, but we learned that that's not necessarily um, the most healthy way of doing it, but that's okay because we're going to walk you through it. And so it's like taking my little kid saying, okay, I'm going to get it from here. Thank you for helping
Right.
me along
I'm in
this
charge now, though.
path.
So now you can take a back seat. I love you, but take the
And,
back seat, and
and,
we're gonna be in control now.
and this is, and kind of like you give yourself permission to love yourself on this deep way that we never were taught how to love ourselves, and how to really truly just listen to ourselves. And so it's kind of like having the ego integrate back into you, like all the little parts of you that you shunned off as being, bad or icky, or not loved, or, either whether we told ourselves that or other people
Mm-hmm.
showed us that, welcoming them back in and integrating it with our soul, and then our soul takes the reins and said, okay, ego, this is, we're going to work together. And so it's kind of like, the ego is, now going to go out, and how am I going to be of service to me, to of other people? How am I going to do, um, what am I grateful for? What am I, let's change the script, and let's start living through that soul and heart. And I know, like, when my ego uh, lets go and just says, "Okay, Chris, I'm going to trust you," and let's go, and it just allows, like, doing this podcast. I never thought in a million freaking years I'd be doing a pod, and this part of me, this little part of me, is like, no one's going to listen to you. No one's gonna go to the, why? Who the hell do you think you are? all those things. And it's
Mhm.
just like, okay, mind, I love you, and I know that you're trying to protect me. But here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do out and do this because this is what's been speaking to our soul, and going out there and talking about our experiences so other people go, "How, holy shit, me too," and they won't feel alone. And when they don't feel alone, they start to believe in themselves, coming out and really start loving themselves and trusting themselves. This is the way that we're going to get out the word is is by talking about our experiences so that people will go, shit, me too. Me too. Holy cow, me too. Finally somebody who gets it. And not be afraid of talking about stuff. Because I know there's a lot of spiritual people who didn't want to say that they were sick. Because it shows some kind of, defeat.
Weakness.
Yeah,
Mhm.
fuck that shit. And that's where you also look at your ego and go, shit. And so it's talking about the raw stuff. And so people can go, you know what? Yeah, yeah. And, we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff. And that's what I love is like, you know what? Nothing is off the table. Let's see. Our UK friend says, ego equals the mind, and that loves to punish us. It is a defiant defense mechanism that many allow to get too big. Well, it is like you see it from a narcissistic point of view. Yeah, it is a defense mechanism, and their ego is inflated because it is trying to protect them. And
And then there's people like me and Chrissy that like our ego was wounded, so our ego's saying you can't do this. Nobody
yeah,
loves you. You
yeah,
you're not good enough. Bah, bah,
yeah,
bah, bah, bah. And
yeah.
you
We
have to
we
tell it
were
to
like
quiet and
minus ego,
sit down.
but
Yeah,
but
we're like in the negative egos.
but then there's
Woo!
also our ego was wounded, so that's what we went off of. We went off the
Mhm.
codependency. We went off of that, and so that's the beautiful two ends of the spectrum, and how we're all freaking wounded. It is just
Right.
how we choose to
Just which
do
way
it.
you flip it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people I know that I had in my life that were on the other spectrum where we're gonna close
Mhm.
down our hearts. We're not gonna feel, and we're gonna manipulate and do anything we can to get our way because that's how we feel safe. I feel
And we're like
safe.
magnets. We're
Yes.
like the negative and they're the positive, so we
Yes.
go really good together for codependency, and we feed each
Yes.
other
Yes, we do.
horribly,
Yes,
horribly.
we do. And but then I stepped back from that. And I'm like, they were in my life to show
Mhm.
me how to love myself because they were unable to. And you're
Right,
expecting them to love you and to care for you and to have the same compassion and empathy as you do, and they close that stuff down.
right.
And you are like, I remember, oh yeah, I had my dad on a pedestal. Like after he passed, I was 22. I had him on a pedestal, and like every guy that I ever was with had to be on trying to reach that pedestal, and nobody could do it. And I remember my ex would go, "You're, I'm not your dad." I said, "Yeah, I know," but it was, oh my god, I put him on that high pedestal because I was keeping myself safe also, and I would measure people. And here my dad was codependent as well. He was like me, and my mom, was
Mhm.
opposite, and so that's and my grandparents same way, and aunts and uncles, everybody, the whole entire family is was codependent, and it was a way of also trying to. My beautiful Virgo came out too. Was the perfectionist and having everybody be perfect, and I had to be perfect. So you have to be perfect.
Right.
And you back? Is it recording still? Yeah. Wow, that's kind of cool. Can everybody hear me? Bray, can you hear me? I can't hear me. Benjamin. I can't hear. I did. Am I streaming or am I?
No, you're streaming right now.
I do that a lot to make
Hey,
people
That was
I'm
feel more
you
back.
again.
comfortable. Yep, I'm
Hi. Yes, my computer just decided to go. No, I'm good. So, okay. So here, our UK friend says exactly mind control and can enslave you if you're not aware of this. Yes, and funny that you mentioned that. Not funny, but I've actually watched the mind control actually working. Um, I would see the little like tentacles coming down and watching um, the thoughts being placed into people. I would see the thought forms, and then I would watch it kind of like happen in real time. It was crazy, where I would actually see um, that. I would see the darker ETs. I would see um, all that. Oh, you remember Michael, Cheryl? I watched that big time with him. Um,
He's not around you guys anymore?
no, he had massive strokes, and
Oh,
then last year around this time he had one big one, and then he's not physically gone, but he is gone.
oh
And
wow.
I
But he had
watched,
so much potential. He had the chai.
yeah,
I can't say
the
it.
Qigong, yeah,
Gong and stuff, and
yeah, I
but
know.
oh,
He was a
oh,
lot of
oh,
talk and not on the walk. That's what I found out.
right, right. I seen that too. I mean, he had a lot of BS. I noticed right from the start,
Yeah,
from an
yeah,
outside observer. I
yeah,
wasn't in the mix. It's harder when you're in the mix.
yeah, and it was a big lesson with that was trust what you feel, and uh, I would just come out and tell them like you're full of shit, and it was called. I said this is why I'm here. I'm here to call you out, and either you can do what you say that you are, because I'm being that I have to be that more and more every day, and then I just said well it's up to you, and that's when
That's pretty sad though that he had all the tools at his
oh
disposal,
yeah.
and then look, and boom, not.
Oh, it broke my
Jeez,
heart. It broke my heart because watching it
bet.
happen in front of you, you're just like, and
But I
very,
but
very
I see that
jealous.
though because I'm always like see the potential of a guy, and at this
Yes.
point, go on a date. If I see the red flags and stuff, I'm just like, no, I can't. And
Yeah.
it's not like I have any like you have to this or this. No, when I see like this is how you are, and you're in your 50s, and you just you're just giving me a talk. I'm not going to deal with it.
They're showing you everything that you need to see.
They're showing you all the things, and you see it right in front of you. Don't ignore it.
Yep.
That's how it
Exactly.
is.
That's
You're not going to
exactly it.
change them. They're not going to change at this age unless they want to. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right. Right. Exactly. And even if
that's
they
why I'm
do
still
say
single.
they're going to do this, they
They're
don't
not.
always.
I
They're,
know.
yeah. They don't, if they're not
Um,
actively doing it, and that's what the thing was.
yeah.
It was you would for a little bit and then not. You would for a little bit and then not. I'm like,
Yeah.
and then it was just like no, and then he would just get jealous, and it was weird. It was just weird, and so, but that's what happens. Spirit removes people, boom, out of your freaking life. Sometimes
Have you
freaking
noticed?
violently.
Speaking of that, there's so many people. Usually they say people die in threes, but right lately, these last 4 or 5 months, there's so many people that are passing.
Oh yeah,
Have you noticed
because
it go up?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
and
everyone's
it's
trying to jump off the ship. It's sinking. We're getting out of here or
yeah.
something. I don't know.
Well, it's
Like
their
boom, boom,
soul
boom, boom.
contract. The soul doesn't leave
Right.
till the soul decides to leave, and if the soul decides, well, they're not learning anything more. But here's the thing: even with Michael, like, why you? I'm like, oh, so I watch what they're doing. He's like
Mm-hmm.
a prisoner in his own mind,
Oh,
and
I bet.
it's torture. But he brought this on himself. He's the one who chose this. So
But
here
I
he wants to
noticed.
die. He wanted to die so fucking bad that he was gonna stroke himself out continually. And they're like, no, you are a feeding ground for us. Why would we
Yep.
give you up? And so
Oh, I
now
see that.
they're basically he's a walking buffet. He's a walking
Mm.
buffet, and
I was wondering what was going on last time you were at the
yeah,
cauldron and the little
yeah,
comment you made, and I kind of looked at you weird, like what? But now that makes a lot of sense.
yeah. He's
Do you
not.
remember
Yeah,
that?
I don't even remember what he said because there's so many things that he
I was
said.
I
He's
was
such.
trying to heal, and you said no, don't, and I thought, well, why? Because he asked me to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
you said
I
this is his lesson. And I
this is
went, I was
yes.
just like, I just thought about that, like, took me back for a minute. Because back then I was like, heal, 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 Aaron, let me heal you. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I said no. He has to. This is his.
Yeah. I backed off and left him
Yeah,
be.
he had to
Well, even
hold
if
on
I
to that.
would, if you just kind of push it away,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
and that's what
saying?
he did. And that was constant. It was like, but then
Heal. And, oh, no. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was just, but that's what's going on with everybody. What they're choosing is that what they're choosing, and okay, and that's why people are going. People are getting,
A lot of people are leaving now. I've noticed that,
yeah,
like, a
oh
lot in
yeah,
this area. It's like,
troves,
wow.
troves and troves. Our friend from
Mhm.
UK says prison isn't always steel and bars, and they're often in the mind. Yep. Sold contracts
Oh,
have
yeah.
come to an end. Yeah, and that's what it is. Is that
Mhm.
we all signed up to be in each other's lives. Um, there's someone that I went to high school with, and just like boom, right back into my life again. And it's kind of cool. We sit there and just chat about stuff, and share. And it's like, oh, this is really kind of cool because I to have a connection with somebody nowadays is is not easy. And
Yeah.
so so just having connections with people and being able to be so authentic that you just don't care anymore, and then having that authenticity be reciprocated is pretty awesome. Like
Hmm.
we're able to sit here and talk about stuff, which is awesome. um and Brenda, she's gonna pop on uh, one of
Oh,
these
Brenda
days
is.
too. So she'll pop on.
I wrote her a message the other day because Thomas was looking at a shop and it's so close to hers that I sent her a message. I'm like, we can't find anything. We're not sure about this yet, but I'm like, how would you feel? And then she was like, well, it's not ideal, but whatever. But I want to make sure because I'm not going to go in and step on somebody's toes right off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like Brenda.
Yes,
So,
yeah. So it's just a respectful thing to ask.
right.
Um, but yeah, I mean, to be able to talk on any kind of level, it's a blessing, because there's just so few and far between that now because we're all in different stages of frequency, and so like we're talking about being in a store and you're on there's so many different levels of frequency, and how amazing that is, and how we all can be here, but we're all on different levels of frequency, but we're all
One thing I
here.
Oh, I'm sorry. One thing I did notice though, when I started back to Walmart, I found people like 5 different people that were spiritual and they came to me. Like,
Yeah,
so I
we
was
seek
like,
each other out.
wow, I was meant to go back to Walmart to like find my little group. Like, come along, let's go.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and it is. It's trying to find. They're pairing us. They're pairing us up with people who we don't feel alone. That's the bad. I mean, look at the internet was made to spy on people, and we turned it to meet people, to gather, to people from all over the world. I mean, look right on our call right now, someone from the UK. How freaking amazing is that? It's
I
just
know that's awesome.
we're all meant to find each other, so then we won't go, okay, we are not by ourselves. And we are going to continue on, and we're going to live the life that we're living. I mean, there's a guy up in Ontario, and he builds these kind of like almost like communities, but you all get your own house, and you live off you have farms, and there's a pond and all this other stuff, and beautiful
Oh,
houses, and it's kind of like a
like a commune almost.
yeah, but not quite to where it's like you're all gonna wear the same clothes and pay homage
Right.
to the person that's in charge, but where you don't go down that road, but
Uh,
it's something to
a
think about.
community.
Yeah, like
A
okay, we're
community,
all
not a
kind of like
commune.
yeah, we're all like minded. We all need
I
to be
so want to
together.
do that. I want to do
Yeah,
that so bad.
yeah, and
Ugh.
where you leave your wounded ego at the door, where you got to do some serious healing before you sign on to something like that, because that's stripping everything. I mean, you're stripping everything to just be there, and that's where we're at. Is like more and more as we go down this road, everything has to fall. Everything, belief systems, to spirituality, mumbo jumbo, to you know, we already did the religion thing a long time ago, but even um, the governments, the schools, this that everything has to go, and it's being dismantled as we speak, and
Yeah.
we're
You
not
don't know how
putting.
bad I either want to do a colony like that, or I want to just get like an RV and just travel.
Yeah,
Like I want to be like a gypsy. I swear.
yeah. When I
Like
went out
my
west,
soul is yelling at me to go,
you
and
should.
I can't.
It
I
would be
know.
maybe once all this COVID C thing is over, because we traveled right in the beginning where everybody was wearing the mask, but
I do.
there's no jabberdoos, and so we went
Yeah.
all the way out to Mount Shasta, and then all the way up the coast to Washington, and then all the way back.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
followed your trip. I was
God,
watching you.
it was so
It's
fucking amazing, and I want to take the kids and do that again, and maybe go down to Florida this time, and just, but it has to be after all of this craze, because
Mhm.
it's just, there's something gonna happen. I don't know
Oh,
what.
I'm waiting for it. Something. This is it's starting, but it's gonna
It's
get worse.
big.
It's
It,
gonna get more, more and
yeah,
more.
it is
I want to
huge.
say worse, but it's not actually. It's worse, but it's better
It's
too. You know
yeah,
what I'm
it's like
saying?
worse. It's like
So
worse in some eyes, and then like, but we see underneath it all, we're like, and
yeah,
we know what's going on, even with the food shortages out there and all this other stuff.
you got to
The
see Walmart today. There's half of our meat is
yeah,
gone,
yeah, and
like
that's
bare shelf
exactly
again.
planned. It was planned that way. They're
Yes,
paying people,
there's no
you know.
reason for it.
Yeah, well, they paid the farmers off. It was either
Well, most of it
you.
doesn't even come into the United States, anyways. Half of
Pardon?
it, Walmart.
Pardon? Oh yeah, that's all overseas, and so it's just sitting on the
Yeah,
beautiful things out there. But yeah, even America, they will pay the farmers. Here's your
to not
you
grow.
just yeah destroy your crops, destroy your crops, and people are having to sell their cattle and their livestock because they can't afford it anymore because of the inflation, and so they're actually giving them money too. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and that's what money will do. But I know, I listen to some people that are kind of in the know, and that's why I love my Telegram thing. And they're like, by the 19th or 20th, things are really supposed to start moving. And
Well, that volcano and the little tsunami went off
yes,
too.
yes, yes. And so,
And people were really talking about that, and then it did it. I've heard
yep,
other spiritual people talking about it.
yep. And they're blowing up the dubs. They're blowing up all this stuff, and it is. It's um, a lot of things
But
are
did you hear
happening.
Pittsburgh last week? There were people had it on Facebook. There was like a high
Yep,
boom, it
yep,
rattled everything. They
yep.
think asteroid or something.
Yeah, it was.
No,
We all know it sure as hell wasn't. We know what it really was, because they've been doing that up in New York, um, especially by Niagara Falls. There's a lot of stuff up there. Oh my gosh, the tunnels that were up there, and the Finger Lakes, and
Blowing those tunnels.
Pardon?
You think they're blowing the tunnels
Oh
up
yeah.
or what?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
that's good. We need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, because of human trafficking and all those sweet little babies. Those the thing was, people were like, "Oh, you're full of shit." And I said, "Well, you know what? If I'm full of shit, then how come at night I'm in there and I see stuff, and it's that part of me is saying I'm gonna go there. No, this is like in my dreams stuff where I'm in there and I'm
Hey,
seeing
I'm
this
prior
stuff.
military, and
Yeah,
I've only been to a few bases, but I'm telling you, those few bases had tunnels and different things that
yeah,
we didn't have
oh
access, but I
yeah,
could see from outside.
yeah. Oh my god,
And they
yeah,
cover up so much stuff that you would not believe.
yeah, and mind control centers to, um,
Oh,
just horrific stuff. And people are like, "You're full of shit." I said, "Well, you know what? You can think what you want." I said, "I know what I feel. I know what I see, and it's not even like I'm going, okay, this is what I'm going to dream up." No, I was boom pulled there, and I saw that shit, and I felt that shit. I felt the kids. I felt, and I
that was
saw.
during the first lockdown when they cleaned them out too.
Oh
A
my
lot of them.
god, it was horrific. And I never in a million years would I ever want to see, feel, or know that. But to experience that with that, it was just like, and then I started reading about it, and I started crying because I'm like, holy shit, I'm not crazy. Which was, I knew it wasn't crazy anyway, but it's just like, oh my god,
But
this
then we
is,
get it confirmed. Yeah.
yeah, it's just validation of what I was experiencing. And I
Right.
didn't want to. No one would go, oh yeah, sign me up, but what's going on, and it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot, and we had to experience it and see it first in order to help others through it. Because when all this shit comes out, because look at all the pedophile stuff coming out now.
Yeah.
Finally,
I was shown a few weeks back too about, I think it's the sun flare or something's gonna
yeah,
go
yeah,
off.
yeah.
And
There's
I see I was shown like a big city like New York, whatever, and people just falling down, and like the people like me and you, it's already detoxed and done all this stuff, and we're like trying to help people. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, and
I was shown
that's
that a while
that's what I
back, and
saw too.
my body keeps like waiting for it. Like where's it at? When's the other shoes
Yeah,
dropping?
yeah.
Because I didn't
That's what I
look
feel
for that.
too.
It was shown to me, and I don't see very good either. So when something comes in that
Yeah,
powerful, I'm like,
yeah,
what? You
exactly.
know?
Like we need to be here in our communities because people are gonna go ape shit, and
Yeah.
so that's why we're positioned all over the place. And our friend from
And that's
UK,
where
what is
I'm
she?
back in Strattonville too.
Pardon?
I'm telling you, I'm back in Strattonville. It's right by Clarion.
Yeah, yep. That's where you're needed.
I went to Baltimore, Maryland for
Yeah, I
about five
saw
months
that.
and came right back, man.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
there's
you
other
needed to
stories
come
behind that,
back.
but I came back here. But
You
I was
had
going
to.
to go to Ohio and it didn't work out.
Nope.
I'm actually in the same apartment I left 2 years
Ah,
ago. Same
see,
freaking apartment.
because you're
How
supposed
do
to
you do that
be
one?
clearing out that place.
Yep.
You are supposed to be anchored in, and how much
Yep.
boom you're
This
going
is my
to.
light point right here,
Okay, let
which
me
is
see.
literally.
All right, so our friend from UK says, so we learn how to build communities and create only what we need. Some are talking about our food being different in the fifth dimension. Custard apples, twice the size of an orange. And then Michelle says, similar to my dream we talked about, Chris. Yes. Michelle, glad that you're able to join us tonight. But yeah, everything's going to be different. And I noticed that, especially being that well, you don't need food. And I remember going through my detox. And it was a big one.
I drink more than I eat now.
I did need food.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need that sustenance like I used to. I mostly eat because I enjoy the taste or something like that. But well, of course, when you don't feel good, you don't feel like eating anyway. And
But our nutrition value is crap now because they've so
yeah,
overbred and hyper
yes,
whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah, and even the
That
organics, you're like, I still have to
still not that
supplement.
good. Mm-mm.
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
so I have all these powders and stuff I put in my smoothies. I take all these nutrients because it's just like I know
Not in our
there's
food
nothing
anymore.
there's not nothing in it, and so then I also suck it
Hmm.
up from the sun, and then when I suck it up from the sun, that's
That's how
pure.
I get the best of mine. The
Yes,
sun. Me and the
it,
sun.
yeah, it's the best thing in the world, and
Even if I just got to stand in my window in the wintertime, as long as I'm getting the direct sun through my window, we're good.
yeah, exactly, exactly, and so yeah, Michelle says that she doesn't eat often anymore either. Yeah, you just like yeah, and especially
Or it's
you
a
know what?
little bit. It's like it takes more effort for me to make it than it is for me to even eat the thing anymore. It's just like,
Yeah, 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 and it is. It's just like all right. So basically, that's what's been going on here. All I know is I feel this energy that came in this last couple waves. Um,
just
it's so intense that like last night I just felt like my body just going like I don't need food, I don't need drink, I don't need anything. And it's just like I am
you,
so
you get this high vibration,
yeah
like sharing through your body almost. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like,
yeah. It's electrical, and I'm the magnet for it, and the Michelle and I were talking about Kundalini. Kundalini is just like off the charts, where my whole
my
body is just
kundalini
a
is off the
fucking flame.
charts too. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
and I'm just like,
I didn't even really work Kundalini until the last few months. And let me tell you, it went from like the size of like a pencil to like
yeah,
I was a fire hose. I mean, that
yeah.
Kundalini's like kicking.
I know.
Holy crap.
I just, it's like I'm just on fire.
It's intense. Yeah.
It's been so strong, and I'm just like, damn. Whoever does come near me, look out. So, let's see. Uh, our UK friend says we get no sun in the UK. I go, oh my god, yeah. Here it's been nuts too. Like they've been spraying and
I
over
remember
the
you
the
put that
sun.
one day on Facebook. You're like, look at the chemtrails, and I noticed the same exact day, and I'm like,
Oh
I
my
try to
gosh.
clear them, working
It,
weather
and
magic or whatever you want to call.
yeah,
But it's like because they're blocking my sun out.
yeah, and it is. But it peaked out a little bit today. Like, oh, and so I welcome it. I go, thank you. I go, I know you're trying your hardest to get through all these chemtrails, and that I was going to take another picture yesterday, but then I just got my phone has been acting weird too with all this energy. I'm just like, ah. There's times where I can post and where I can't, and but yeah, they're really trying to cover up the sun here too because they know what it's doing to us. We're on freaking fire, and it's gonna wake up more people because it's supposed to. I mean, there's supposed to be this big, huge, strong wave. I mean, I felt it last night, and then I felt it today. And I felt like I was being spun at like a top, and just yet again on fire. And so,
It's normally at nighttime because I get really
yes,
hot with work energy, and I've been getting really hot again at nighttime, and I'm not having uh what's it called?
yeah, menopausal stuff.
Change
Yeah,
of life anymore. No, not really. It's when I work energy.
no, this is
And the
this is
last
like
couple
fire.
nights I'm like burning up, like I'm
Yep.
stripping covers. It's
Yes, me
cold in
too.
my room and I'm
Yeah,
dying.
yeah. Oh yeah, me too. It's just like you can't. Oh my gosh. And
Wakes you up
just
out of a sleep
yeah, yeah. And I'll be drenched, and it's just like okay, now here we go again.
1 or 2 in the morning. I got to get up because I'm
Yeah,
like, whoa,
yeah, yeah. And then there's
some water,
like
go
today,
pee, go back to bed.
and then it was like today. I'm walking through Wegmans. I'm like, I take off my jacket, and usually I'm either really cold or really hot. I'm not really in between anymore, and it's just like, oh my gosh. But yeah, it's intense. So let's see. Yeah, Michelle goes, foods don't necessarily taste good. Yeah, they don't taste good either. It's been
Yes.
and it's been strong. And then our UK
I
friend
go
says,
through phases where everything I eat tastes like just dirt or like it doesn't
yeah,
have a good taste. Like it's almost spoiled. And I'm like, what's going on?
yeah, nothing tastes good. And that's even what she said. I said,
Only
agreed.
bad part is sweets do.
Pardon?
But it's something sweet still tastes good to me, which is bad.
Oh, see, nothing does. Not even sweets. Not even chocolate. I'm like, yeah. And she said she barely goes to the supermarket nowadays. Yeah, it's just like we. Michelle goes, "Me too, ladies. Sweating when it's time to strip. That's it, baby." You do. It's just like holy freaking a. It's just like we're coming on
I've
fire,
got my
girls.
heaters in the other side of my apartment because in my bedroom is cold, and that's good because if not, I would not survive at nighttime
Oh, I
sometimes.
know, I know, and it is. It's ridiculously cold here. Just and Michelle says it is there too. It's just it is. And we're coming home, driving through the snow, and I always with my Star Wars Millennium Falcon going through hyperdrive, and it is just insane. But I know what it is. It's this nor'easter, and it's any storm like this is meant to happen, meant to cripple, meant to and with
Oh,
the
you
solar
don't want to be in
flares.
the store today. Everybody was in there flipping out, buying everything like they're never going to get out again.
Yep, yep, yep. And see, we haven't been out because we've been haven't felt good. So we're like, we gotta get some stuff. So we had to go get that. Most important thing was get the water. Brady goes, "Mom, we haven't gotten water." So I know. It's like I didn't want to go because I just wanted to stay home under the covers. But I know that, as he said, "Mom, the water makes you feel better." So I know. Thank
That
you.
was the main thing I got. I got some of that naked because I like the fruits and stuff. That way I don't got to blend it, but whatever, I'm lazy. Then I got some lemon, some green tea, and some honey. And like most of my stuff was like liquid.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah.
when I left the store
Brady
today,
Brady likes his meat, so he goes to work and he make his little sandwiches and stuff like that. But like
meat's been
tonight,
tasting horrible to me for
oh
last year. The
yeah,
last year, I
it
can
doesn't
eat a
taste
little bit,
right.
mainly chicken. Chicken's like, but everything else,
Oh yeah, I can't touch it with a
I
10
can
foot pole.
barely. I try every now and then, but
I get
it's not good.
nauseous. Like if
Yeah.
I had real bad menstrual. That was from being around yet again people that have the
Oh,
jab
God.
too. It started up again, so it was really super duper bad. And like, I gotta get some because I wasn't eating because I didn't feel like it. So I forced myself to have some, um, even just
Some
hamburger.
iron. Yeah.
Oh,
I can't eat a hamburger anymore.
oh
Mm-mm.
God, it tasted awful, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh, it felt so heavy, and my stomach was so nauseous. And then every time I would eat, I would get so nauseous, and I'm like, Chris, you gotta listen to your fucking body. It's telling you
Yeah.
no, no, no,
Last year I
no.
went through a thing where I couldn't do any red meat last
Yeah,
year, and then
I,
now I can do little bits. But
yeah,
like I could smell it come out of my pores every time I would eat. I would
yeah.
get so sick,
Oh, I get so sick
and
now.
I learned instantly what it was. I knew right away.
Yeah,
So
the meat sweats.
I oh god, it's so nasty.
It is, but
Blah.
it's so true.
And now my new one's dairy,
Oh
dairy,
yeah,
like
I can't touch it
milk
anymore.
and
Nope.
ice cream
Yeah, nope.
doubled me up.
I found
Now I
oat
can do
milk.
a little bit of hard cheese, a little bit of hard cheese on a sandwich or
Uh,
something. That's it. I can't do anything.
yeah, I can do
Still have
that
not gone
once in a
back to
while.
milk.
I found
Still
this
haven't gone back to ice cream.
with oat milk ice cream.
I
And I
do
was,
the almond
yeah. I usually that's what I put my shakes in. Okay, so let's see.
almond milk. Yeah.
Our buddy in UK says maybe it's detoxing the crap they've been doing to you. Maybe it's detoxing the crap
I
they've
don't
been
know,
doing
but I
to you.
know other
Yeah.
people that are spiritual did the same thing. They
Well,
had
we're
a
all
reaction to the meat, and now they're having the reaction to the dairy.
yeah,
So,
we're all
like,
having
we're all,
this. It says
yeah,
Michelle
our body's
says
going, no, no, no.
Michelle says we turned down the furnace at night to 65 and I still wake up washed and sweat. Yep. UK
Uh-huh.
friend says, what if chemtrails are working opposite of the evil ways of the past? Well, I don't know because they were spraying some shit here and we got really, really icky.
They've been spraying chemtrails for probably,
Yeah,
I don't know, 15 years or more, but it just
yeah,
got more and more, it seems, lately.
yeah. And it says, Michelle says, definitely, I know I'm constantly detoxing. Thank goodness, yes. Says, yeah, I'm just going to start using zeolite. Hopefully it's going to get rid of some of it. Yeah, zeolite, uh, activated charcoal, um, and of course, borax and all those other things. Everything that we could possibly do is that's the name of the game. Constantly detoxing because of all I mean, imagine,
You're
being
not the only
here.
one saying that. I'm hearing other spiritual people say the same thing.
Yeah.
Detox.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I listened
I
to a
don't
few
listen to
different people.
anybody. I don't listen to anybody anymore. And it was
So
just
you're not the only one saying that.
okay.
Seriously.
Okay, good. Because I know that we got 40, 50 some years of shit in our bodies that we have to get out. From all the old jabberdoos that we took when we were little to all the food, the drink.
Yeah.
I remember
The water.
when I was little and Lake Erie was on fire over in Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
And, we did go swimming in the beach for the longest time because it was filthy. But this summer we went and we felt the water like, oh my God, we can't go in it. And it's full of toxins.
Uh-huh.
And it took finally all summer and then finally in the beginning of winter when I finally felt like almost like a shift of it. Where um, nature was starting to finally heal itself, kind of thing. Because we didn't go in the water at all, except for like a creek where it's fast moving, kind of thing. Other than that, we didn't
Well,
go to the beach or anything like that because we felt all the jabberdoos in there.
ew. Well, look at how when they stripped all the coal mines in this area, how they ruined all the streams.
Yes. Oh
They're
my
still
gosh, yes.
they're still all rusty. What's that color? What's in it? I forget.
The
They're
sulfur?
sulfur. Yeah, they're all sulfured up and stuff.
Yeah, I
They're all
remember
like
driving
red
down
clay.
there.
And
Yeah, and just going,
it's all
you
over
just
here.
you just felt the thickness of it. It was so disgusting.
And
Um,
that's I don't know how many years ago they did it. It's probably before I even moved here, but it's still the earth is
yeah,
still
it's still.
healing over that. Yeah.
Um, let's see. I'm trying to read here. I use activated charcoal for brushing my teeth. Yeah, I use that too for brushing my teeth once in a while as well. But yeah, when
I
I
have a
internalized
charcoal
it,
face bar too. That like the hand soap,
no, when
charcoal
you're
hand
when
soap
you're
on
on
my
our
face.
charcoal though, you gotta drink tons of water, and then I also used this oxy kind of thing. It kind of opens up things so then things can fly out instead of you being compacted. It helps open the barn door so that it's not so hard, because activated charcoal is it's a binding agent. So
Oh
you
no,
gotta
I did.
drink
I did
a
too.
lot of water with that and a lot of liquids. Also, if you guys are big tea drinkers, dandelion root tea, nettle tea.
Oh yeah. But
Um,
listen,
pardon?
dandelions. Me and my friend Thomas were out this summer, and he wanted to make dandelion jelly, and he couldn't
Yes.
find anywhere. So we started looking. There was no dandelions at the end of summer. They
Yeah,
were all gone in
they
this area.
sprayed.
All
It
gone.
was it was the
It had
chemtrails.
been it had been chemtrails because
Yeah.
there was no spraying around out in the
Yeah.
country.
Yep. Yep.
There
Yep.
was none.
Yep.
We
And
looked for
that's
months. We were asking
exactly it.
people. We have people on Facebook and stuff. Have you seen dandelions? They're like, well, sure. And I'm like, go take a picture, and nobody would come back with anything. Like it's
Yeah.
like it got like
Oh yeah.
nobody knew. Like
And
I'm like,
I
what paradox are we in that people don't realize there's no dandelions anywhere? You look in the
yes,
fields, there was no
I looked
yellow.
everywhere.
I was
Nothing.
freaking out.
Yeah.
Thank
The
you. At least you know
chemtrails,
too.
and then also the white pine. They've been um, heavily hitting them because we have a lot of white pine up here, and I would be harvesting those for my teas to help with the clotting and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they're starting to die. And I remember I did a live going, what the is going on here?
And
Why
nobody
are
knew what
all
you're talking
these?
about, did they?
Yeah, I go, all
They're like,
these pine
what?
trees are dying. I
Huh?
go, look up, and you're gonna see all these white pines are dying.
And people
Why?
had no clue about the dandelions. I'm like, how do you not? I
Yeah,
mean, it's so hard to kill a
yeah,
dandelion. You can't
yeah,
get rid of them. They grow in cracks in the sidewalk, and yet there
yeah,
was none.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, are they ever going to come back? I don't know.
I don't.
I
Well,
don't know.
I don't know either. But I know that in front of my yard here, I left a whole bunch of weeds because I was looking them up online, and as taught, you're always taught, oh, you gotta pull the weeds, da, da, da. And I saved
No.
all of these because they're all, beautiful witchcraft, all the beautiful things that these weeds help with, medicinally. And I'm like, I'm keeping these things. And I kept a lot of things up also for
Right.
birds and for my insects and for the bees. And my mom got me a bee house for Christmas. I can't wait to use that. Because I got a lot of bees and hornets around here, and I talk to them, and I'm like, okay, what do you guys want? A house, okay?
They're
So
trying to
because
kill those honeybees off too, and then
yeah,
we're really going to be in trouble.
yeah, and that's what they've been doing, and then with this 5G going to be kicking on, because it's on now, but it's not as powerful as what they want it to be. So they're gonna juice it up, and
Well, they're worried about it dropping aircrafts out of the sky.
yeah,
That's how bad it
yeah,
is.
yeah. I was like, hello, people, and they still don't have a. So my advice, you have your shungite and stuff, but program it,
Yeah, I'm
because
going to when I
if it just sits there, it's like, what do you want me to do? So you got to program it, because they're okay. Let's work together. So, and to protect your house, protect your car, protect your phones. Keep them
Mhm.
away as much as you can, because that's what's going to be going on. She said, her friend over in the UK, she's laughing because I said, open up the barn doors. But dandelion root can help cure cancers. No wonder why their instinct. Yeah, it is. It's all these. Ooh, the dogs are going nuts
But
out
they
there.
don't want us to heal ourselves. I think is
No,
why they're killing all this stuff off.
yeah, because they know exactly what we're tapping into, because we're talking about it. We're out there talking about it. And just like with this, I said, my mom's afraid of me being, going out there and talking. I don't care anymore. I said,
No.
all these bigger people have been stripped of all their stuff. I go, it's up to us now. We're the ones who have to start infiltrating and start talking about this stuff, because all the big people have been taken down. So,
Oh, they're not. Yeah, they're not allowed to talk. They've
no.
been the ones that had the most followers. As soon as they said anything against what they
Yeah.
wanted, they were shut down and
Yeah,
removed.
because there's been times where my stuff has been blocked, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna keep going, and keep going, and keep going. I put it on YouTube. I put it on Facebook.
Had a little
I don't care.
covered logo below ours before too. And I'm like, oh
Yeah,
look, we're official. We got the
yeah,
COVID thing.
yeah. And but see, that's the thing. It's I believe they made that computer generated thing, and it's a toxin, and so they released the toxin, just like they release everything else. Just like AIDS was a toxin, so was
Mhm.
Ebola and all that other stuff. Everything's a toxin.
Because you don't hear as much about that anymore either.
No, but see, they put the AIDS in this concoction, and
Oh, I've
nobody
heard
knows
that
that,
too.
because that's why people are dropping like flies. Why people are getting so sick is because their immune
Blood
systems are
clots
shot.
and I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I was
But they're still
affected.
pushing it and people are still getting it. And there's like, why aren't you getting it? Even my business partner, Tom, is like, why don't you get it? I'm like, I'm not going to.
No, God no,
Because
because
he
you know
did.
what's
But
in
he's like,
it.
but I can transmute it. And I'm like, but why would I want to do that?
Yeah, that's you're still acquiescing, and so it's basically
Right.
saying, um, I can see
I'm
if you
going to get it,
got
so I'm
it.
going to cure it.
Yeah, I can see if you got it. You still got nanobots, and you still got it disconnects you from your soul,
Uh-huh. And
and you
he's
see
had,
it.
I've seen him and he doesn't see it. He's
No,
had major meltdowns the last year where I've had to help him and like, reset and just do some deep healing and stuff like that. And I just I don't know. I just kind of think they're linked,
it's a
you know?
spiritual thing. It really is, and
Right.
you are in fear when you go to get it, or you think you have to get it, or whatever. You're still in fear, and so
Mm-hmm.
that fear is what they're really stirring the pot with. They're trying to get you to be in fear, and so either way you look at it, you're like, okay, you get it. So you
They've got three. Him and his wife got 1, 2, and 3.
ugh, because that
Yeah.
it's just my mother-in-law got it so she could fly on an airplane. I said,
Well, since I got it once, let's just get the booster. Well, let's get the next booster. Let's get the next. When's it going to
right.
stop?
And my sister-in-law, she's a nurse, so she's pumping it, and it's just
She's for it. There's
yeah, oh
some
God,
nurses that
yeah.
aren't.
Yeah, yeah. Brady met one the other day at work, and he's like, someone came in and was talking, and they did believe it
No.
was bullshit too, and that there's
Mm-hmm.
such things as the cold and the flu. Yeah, it's toxins that's
Mm-hmm.
being released. And so that's why I always say that. They're like, oh, you're sick. Oh, I know. I said, I was releasing toxins. And people just look at me and go, hey, that's what it is. Although in my
And
reality,
you can
that's what it
smell the
is.
toxins come out of this one once it comes.
Oh,
It's
yeah, you know it.
disgusting.
You feel it. Our friend from UK says, hasn't the CEO of Pfizer, I guess, pretend like I'm not saying the real name, come
Mm-hmm.
out and said that the Jabberdo only works for so long. Yeah, it did. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they're all backtracking. They're all full of
We're up to O now.
shit.
How many are we going in the alphabet, people?
And of course, the king of bold BS, Mr. Frauci, he, basically all of them are, going, the senator,
Oh,
Senator Rand Paul was grilling his ass, and, you could just, he goes, you're
he
lying.
backstabbed all over the time.
And
The same thing with CNN coming out with the mask or nothing but decoration for your face. Really? I've known that from the first get go.
it's just funny because everything
And
is,
you're like,
oh my
duh.
God. Yeah, or so,
Now it comes out and people go, oh, but we're still wearing them.
yeah.
Ugh,
So our
whatever.
friend says, keep your mind in a state of fear, and you can't ascend. Keep a positive mind and be the light. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
just it's what we want to participate in. I mean, yeah, there's times like I even went into fear like when I found out people I loved got it, and I started
Mm-hmm.
being fearful for like, oh my God, they're going to die.
When it
You
first
know,
started, I was a little fearful, but the fear around me was so palpable that it was almost suffocating. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it was the energy of suffocation, and
It
that's
was
what
so
the
suffocating.
whole mask thing, the whole face covering thing is controlled because now you gotta wear a
Mm-hmm.
different different mouth covering,
That's got to
and
be C95, not
Brady
just the piece
saw
of.
somebody with two of them on today, at Wegmans, and I'm like, what? But
Well,
it,
a couple months back, they're saying put 3 of them on. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm just blessed that uh, I did I did give a shit. People are going and we were like, we're exempted. We just walk in the door like, fuck you. I mean, there was places like Michael's I got kicked out of. I'm like, all right, you're losing my money. All right, see you later. Because
Mm-hmm.
I would spend a lot of money at Michael's. Because I like craft. I like crafts. I like making things and painting and stuff. I'm like, oh. I go, here's a couple $100 that you're not going to receive just on this visit alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Now I have to wear it at work, but it's really thin. But like I said, I got all this crap from everybody else around, so it don't work.
Yeah, it's just
We had
is.
the common cold floating around a couple weeks back.
Everybody's just sharing toxins.
They
Thanks.
are.
Yay. And it's toxins within our body, toxins it just gets overloaded. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all we gotta do. As I keep preaching this is just keep detoxing. I'm gonna do some videos on YouTube with detoxing and just some of the stuff I use and just
Yeah,
because
that'd be
believe
good.
it or not, I did my own homemade hydrochloric record. I can never say it. And it's got over 6,000 views.
Oh, really?
I almost shit my pants because I couldn't believe a
What's
video.
your YouTube? You put it on YouTube?
Yeah, yeah. It's just
What
I
you?
just think it's just Chrissy Gustafson. I have no clue, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
But it's Christine Daley-Gustafson, perhaps.
Okay. I'll just check
And
it out.
yeah, I don't visit myself, but I guess it's. Let me see. I don't know. You're asking silly questions. What the hell? Let's see my channel. Let me pop up. Christine Daley-Gustafson. Yep. And I have
Okay.
136 subscribers. Holy crap. And
Wow.
yeah, I can't believe that. Holy shit.
I
No, but
don't even try half the time. I've had a YouTube and I stopped doing it. Now the House of Healing's got one and we barely do it. It's just like,
I
eh,
but that's the
eh.
thing. I heard this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be out here talking, and if it's just talking to one or two people, fine, good. But then when I was talking, on on YouTube, the kids are like, "Mom, your video." Like, what, what about it? And they go, "Mom, it's like 6 point something viewers," and I'm like,
7.3 thousand.
seven?
7.3 thousand.
You
Seriously?
went,
And part 2 is 2.1 thousand.
wow. Good job.
And so people are listening. People are looking.
So you need to do more of those.
And she said, and Hammer Well said, "That's the video that brought me here today." Thank you. You know, it's just amazing how just say, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
out
you need to do
there
some more of them.
and just talk.
You went viral and you didn't even know it.
I know. Oh, I don't like camera. And
Funny.
so, yeah, it's just I can't get over it, and so that's what I'm gonna do. Is just get out. I know I gotta finish. I started my book like 3 times, and I've lost it all. And so I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna go for it all. Just air everything. I'm just gonna talk about my journey of codependency, and every aspect of it, the real raw shit. You know, just gotta start talking about that because there's other people out there that are like, you know what, me too, me too, and say you can make it through, you can make it to the other side. Yeah, there's gonna be times where you're kind of like, shit, that was codependent, but then you're like, okay, just be nice to yourself and say, yeah, Chris, you're being codependent with your goddamn birds. Stop it. And so then you're like, oh, okay. And so you laugh at it, and it totally takes it and diffuses it. And that's you got to be able to laugh at yourself. You got to be able to just say truth and not care about any kind of outcome whatsoever because you know what? We're all here to live our truth. We're all here just to be honest and authentic. And
Right.
we're,
I
mixing
used to worry about what
words.
people would think, but
Yeah.
now this one girl that I met that's got hired at the same time as me, and she's very spiritual. We sit in there in the break room and talk at top level volume about the same stuff that me and you were talking about,
Yeah.
and nobody's really like giving us some weird looks or anything either, and we don't care.
Well,
But
that's the
it's
thing,
strange.
too. You see
I
the
think people are listening
hypnosis.
to us and like picking up stuff too.
There's some that are, you're planting seeds, and then there's other people that are totally hypnotized.
Probably they don't even listen. Probably, but it's funny because like I would never done that before. Now I'm just like, well, we'll talk about anything. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I don't care anymore. Yeah, because you know what? Life's too precious. We are here to experience and to be fully ourselves, fully in our power, fully into us, and just experiencing things. Yeah, we can make a difference, or we can touch another soul. Awesome, awesome, and it is. And we're just here
Right,
being
but I feel
ourselves.
the best just being authentically me,
Yeah,
no matter
just
what.
yes, and
Hmm.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Unapologetically
Yeah,
too.
like even today we went and saw dropped by so my ex could see Ben. He hasn't seen it. It was his birthday. Of course, he was sick over his birthday, so he didn't feel well. And so we went and got a hug. And he goes, "Well, what brings you in?" So we went and got water. He looks at me. He goes, "Well, why not out of the tap?" I said, "Ew." I said, "No." I said, "That's full of toxins for us." I said, "So we go out of the spring." I go, "Spring water is where we're choosing to have our water." And the whole family's just like looking at me like, "You're fucking nuts." I said, "You know what? I don't care anymore." And I told the boys, I don't care if it's simplistic water, to where I've had full on discussions with the Jabberdew with him, to I don't care anymore. And
The little thing
I
on the back of your phone.
pardon?
You're saying it last time. You're talking about the thing on the phone last time. He's like, "What's this?"
Yeah, and I just don't give a shit. And that's what it is. It's like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. Everybody is. I am going to live authentically and talk about what you don't have to participate. That's up to you. But I'm going to do this, and I don't give a shit what. you think of that because
Right.
I know it's helping my body and it's helping me out. So you do you, and I'll do me, and but somehow the grace of the beautiful universe, um, it's working out, and so
Yeah.
it's there's some people that is not gonna like my sister, no, or people that I used to you know consider a friend are no longer, and that's okay too. Like I love you, but what I have, I'm a lot, and what I have to say is gonna be a lot. It is gonna go against the narrative. It's gonna go against your belief systems. Like I was talking about how I was gonna go speak. Well, the thing was, I
Uh-huh.
got so uh, detoxifying that I couldn't go and speak. But she goes, What do
Oh,
you
you
want
missed
me?"
your
Yeah,
conference?
so she goes, What do you want to say?" I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, here we go." So I just started typing out something. Um, and she said, "Oh, did you test positive?" I said, "No, I don't. I'm not participating in that narrative." And she goes, "Well, I know other people are sick of it." I said, "Well, we're all detoxing. I go, we all have our ideas of sickness." And I said, I, um, this is what's going on with my body. And
Well,
here
I'm
it
never getting
is.
tested again.
Oh,
It
good.
hurt and it made me
Yeah.
sick after. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
My job told me to get, see what I'm saying? Next
Uh-huh.
time I'm going to say nope.
Good. Good. You gotta
I'll just
stay
stay
up.
home for a week. And because we can tell them no and just stay home for a week. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. Now you know, of course.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Well, they wanted
So
me to go to my doctor but then when you come back, you have to get a doctor's excuse just to say you're
yeah.
healthy to come back, which makes no
No sense.
sense.
None of this makes sense, and that's
No.
exactly what it is. Because there's no real I mean, there's like few and far between actual real doctors out there anymore. And
They didn't even see me. They talked to me on the phone.
yeah, yeah, it's just one big bullshit. So Michelle says, "I will, yes, I will, attract to you whoever needs to hear this." Yes, yes, and so whoever needs to hear this, will hear it, and maybe who knows, 6 months down the road, they'll find it and go, "Huh, what do you know about that?" Because that's what seemed to happen with that video I did. So with a couple of them, I did. I did one on. Um, Pine Needle T2 and some other things. And but you never know what people are going to be looking for, what they're going to be resonating with. So it's just like, well, just put yourself out there. And
Yeah.
I know my one friend, my first big boyfriend, he in high school, college, he wants to come on. And we were gonna he wants to talk about paranormal stuff. And I'm like, "What?"
Ooh.
Yeah, because we, of course, being empaths, we feel that stuff. So of course we're connected to that stuff. And so he used to ghost hunt, and I used to be with a ghost hunter, but now it's kind of defunct. But it was because also um, treating every
Um,
spirit I come across with respect. Didn't mean if it was dark or not,
right.
and not everybody agreed with that. So like, oh, okay. So it was more,
I treat them all with respect
yeah,
and then you make sure you got protection. A lot of these ghost hunters are going out
oh
there
yeah,
and bringing little hitchhikers back home with
yeah,
them.
oh yeah,
I call them
yeah,
hitchhikers.
yeah, yeah, definitely that.
A lot of them
Um,
have that.
yeah,
And it just starts ruining their lives little by little.
it does, because you don't know
Mm-hmm.
what you're messing with, and you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna go in there, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
spooky, wookie, wookie, with all my little gizbobs and stuff. I go, you are a walking
Uh-huh.
tooting
That's what I
fork.
tell people too. I'm like, I don't have to go out to a place at midnight and it's
Yeah,
spooky or whatever.
yeah,
If I wanted to find, I could just sit at my own house and see stuff.
I know,
You know what I
right?
mean?
I know, right? It's
I ain't gotta go.
hilarious.
Woo!
I know, I know. I go, well, I can talk to him right now if you want me to, but
Here you want
you
me to
know,
call over? Okay, there you
yeah,
go.
I know, it's hilarious. But yeah, he does a lot of that, and he's very empathetic. He's a feeler, and when we were younger, we didn't really we do it, but we didn't know it kind of thing. So
Yeah.
So we were talking about him maybe coming on. Who
That's
knows?
cool.
Who knows who's gonna pop in and pop out? It'll be kind of cool to see what happens. But yeah, figured
I
you
just
know what?
enjoy with you because on the same projection. You know what I'm saying? We're
Yeah,
going down similar paths, and
yeah.
yeah.
And we always hit it off when we were together,
Hmm.
and we felt the same things from things that we experienced. So, but it
Similar
is,
paths. Yeah.
yeah. So we're all kind of in that same that little wheel well, I guess, and we're all
Hi, Mom.
trudging along together. Hey, Betty Boops. So it's 8:38. Holy cow! I could talk for 6 billion years,
Me
but
too.
I guess I should get off and got some things I got to do. But thank you for joining me tonight, and thank you, uh, dear Hammerwell08 and Michelle for joining us as well. And hopefully next week your voice will be up to par. Um, yeah, it's just these. We got to detox, guys. Detox, detox, detox. And just take care of ourselves and rest because these energies are pushing in and woo wee. Um, allow them to flow in and show us what they need to show us. Nothing is going to be hidden, everything is going to be seen. Um, seen. And it is. It's really getting an up close personal view of who we are. And and it's awakening who we really are. So
Mhm.
it's uncovering the shit that we thought we were, or that we're
Yeah.
still holding
I
on
said that
to.
about a year ago. It just seems like we're going to see more of the darkness because we're showing more light.
Yeah, and that's what it
Does that
is.
make sense?
This was all
So it's
this
just going to
crap.
keep. You're just going to keep. We're trying to get cleared out, and we're just going to keep seeing it
Yeah,
because we got to see it to clear it.
yeah, exactly, and that's what's going on out there. So, ooh, it's 1:48 a.m. in the UK. Oh, thank you for joining us so late. Oh, I love you. Thank you, and have a beautiful week, guys. And we'll see you again next week. And gosh only knows what we'll be guided to talk to you about next week. might have to might have to put a PG-13 rating on some of these, but yeah, you never know.
I know how to.
you never you never know what might come out of my mouth. So like
Mom, it's rated not for kids.
I know I put that on there specifically because
That's
I
a
don't
good
know
thing.
because sometimes I swear and sometimes I talk about kundalini and things.
Or the
So
barn door.
or the barn door flying open. so you so you never know what's gonna come up. Literally everything. That's why it's raw spirituality. You never know what's gonna need to be aired. And, it's Festivus every day, so you never know what grievance might come out, what we might need to air and talk about. But thank you again, Cheryl, for joining me on
No
our
problem.
and
Oh,
little
I had a pleasure.
little Betty Boo and Bugga. Thank you. Love you guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, bye.
Have a
Love you
good
too.
week, guys. Bye. Thank you. Do I exit, Ben? Betty, can you come here? Beautiful technical issues.